All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Happy Thursday. Thank you for being here. Sorry I started a couple minutes late, but I had to make myself some tea. I'm not going to be doing any. I'm going to turn this music down a little bit because last time it was said that it was too loud. Let me know what the audio levels are like, you guys. Appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So, no beer tonight. Just doing some tea, lemon ginger tea with honey because I don't feel great. Gonna let that steep. Allergies or something, sore throat, congestion, no fever or anything yet. But do feel a little run down. But that's not gonna stop me from building stuff. So let's get to it. So we are on booklet 3 of this. And I didn't get a chance to sort through these bags yet. But we are in the second box. And I'm assuming there will be a number of bags in here. And on the instructions, it says we are on bag 24. So that's where we'll be starting. I'm going to try to organize these bags a little bit. So how's everybody doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. Looks like we got up to bag 38. We got 26 here. And 24, that's where we'll start. So that's the first bag. 39. If I can put all these bags back in the box in the right order, it'll help while building. Whole other booklet here, which means that's crazy. Is it a whole other booklet? Oh no, booklet 3 and 4. Okay. So just more booklet. All that over here. 44. All right, so excuse me. I believe Rivendell went up to 43. So we're going to be doing this for a while longer, yo. 48, my goodness. No magnets, I see? No magnets. You mean holding it together, holding it in place? No, they're just these two pins right now. And then being held in by a 3 toe ball, Technic toe ball. So how you doing tonight, Johnny? What'd you have for dinner? Fluffy, hello, bonjour. Bonjour, ça va? Je suis malheureuse. I don't think I know how to say my chest. Simple things like my chest hurts. I know head. I just learned stomach ache. Don't remember what it is. Okay, so if anybody asks, the UCS Venator has 48 bags. Stealing my stream. Oh, stealing your stream mask, yes. Hey, we had chicken and farro and asparagus, so fairly similar. I'm hoping this tea helps a little bit. I'm going to try not to shout. Two, 41, 40, 29, 37, 36, 35, 33, 32. Okay. We are all prepped. Let's do this. I should ask what everybody's doing now that TikTok's going away. Have you got your Red Note account yet? Are you moving to YouTube Shorts? That kind of thing. So as you can see, this is taking up quite a lot of the view here. It's kind of hard to see around it, but we'll see what we can do. I don't have my box for plastic bags. Okay. Well, then you don't have anything to worry about, do you?
Oh, yeah?
That's going to be so tight. Okay. I'm trying to keep the cable here from being pulled too much. I need to get some gaffer's tape down here. So I don't accidentally kick it and yank it off the wall. Yeah, Luffy. So there's been a big thing the last, I mean, it's been going on for like, I almost want to say like a year, maybe more. The parent company of TikTok originally was a Chinese company, or it's out of China. It has since moved its servers to the US. And I honestly, that's about as much as the logistics as I know. But the US Congress has made it a security issue. It's important for state security to make sure that the Chinese aren't stealing our secrets from this app in which people post pictures of their cats. So that's more important than, you know, healthcare or gun safety or anything like that. National security at TikTok. So in response, all TikTok users have started their new account with a similar app. It's more like Instagram than it is TikTok, but it has video sharing capabilities called Red Note, or Xiaowangshu, which means a little red book, out of China. It's directly out of China. So it's just a weird little thing. They're like, all right, well, we're just going to go get on a Chinese app then. And it has the added bonus of everybody in the US and China getting to know each other. And everybody's learning Mandarin now. So if you wanted to know how Firefly started, this is it. Anyway, I use it once a week I only used it once for 1 week 3 years ago, never since. Not going to change anything for me. I don't post on it all that much. I usually would do. Once upon a time, I was doing time lapse of like building all the microfighters and the handful of Horizon Zero Dawn machines that were small enough to make sense to build something in time lapse. And then once a year for 24 days, I would post the Lego Advent Calendar builds. That was about it. The rest of the time I just used it to watch videos. And most of the time I was watching videos about dogs. So yeah. Ooh, oh, there's a lot added here. Okay, I'm gonna try to see if I can move this. So the building can be seen a little more. So I'll be sad. I'll be sad when it goes away. But I'm not running a business out of it. I'm not trying to monetize videos. I'm not selling t-shirts or art prints or anything like that. So where I get my dog videos from, it doesn't really matter. My dog videos and my video game news and my Lego news. Yeah, it's going to be... People are either starting to move over to Red Note or just... The problem is a lot of people here also don't like Meta. So they don't want to have to be part of Zuckerberg's empire, which means Facebook or Instagram. So that's not really an option for him. So there's YouTube, and then there's some smaller ones. Clapper, I think, is one. I know that some people are going to that. But again, those are the people who are like posting a lot. I don't think it's more important that they have a place to post. I just want to watch stuff. Yeah, especially YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts to me has always been kind of like Reels or Stories. On Facebook and Instagram, a place where... Did I miss a step in here? I did. It's the joke is that's where you go to see what was popular on TikTok 6 months ago. I'll be right back. Hang on one sec. Get a throat lozenge. See if that helps. I feel like every time I open my mouth, it's like, oh, time to cough. So yeah, that's the thing that's going on right now in the States. Plus, I think LA is still on fire. I'll worry about it later. I did finish. I have to walk all the way around there to get them. I posted these on Blue Sky, but since not everybody's on Blue Sky, I'll show you all real quick. So our lug is building a big chess board, and each chess piece, each side of the board is a different theme. And so one side might be fantasy, another side might be, I think they're doing feudal Japan, and we got a side that's classic space. So we build big chess. So this is like a 16 by 16 is one chess square. So we got classic space. So I built two bishops in the form of big rockets. So these are my bishop pieces. And I was particularly proud of gantry in the back. And those are the little babies, the little baby space people. So yeah, I think this turned out pretty good. I think the knights are about that big, so I had to make sure they're about that big. So I had to make sure, well, yeah, each of these squares is one chess piece big. So these are going to be fairly large chess pieces. So 16, 8 16s across, 64 of these. It's going to be fairly large. It's going to be pretty cool this weekend when we see it all at our regular lug meeting. All the parts coming together. And a guy has designed the bases. This was a project support, so they got the parts from Lego to build the bases and the pawns, right? And then everybody else kind of pitches in and does their own part of like what goes on top of it. And then like the board is part of the project support too. So it's going to be fun. I think it'll be a neat project, and I can't wait to see it in completion. Nope, not quite. The same thing over here. So Luffy, what is it? What time is it there? It's got to be like 3 in the morning. I just realized this. You are up very late, or you are still up, or you got up very early, or you are still up very late. Either way, I appreciate you being here. Ghost Play, first time seeing a Lego stream after a while. Well, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for stopping by. I'm glad I could be that stream for you. We're building the mammoth that is the UCS Venator. And talking about stuff. And I'm trying to fight off a chest cold, so there may be times when I stop talking for a couple minutes because my voice has gone out. But 3:23 a.m. My goodness. Is it you can't sleep? Do you normally get up at 3 in the morning? What's going on with that? You wake up. What is it? Relevé, tu relèves, 3 heures. 3 heures et 3 heures 20. 23. Alright. Pourquoi tu relèves à 3 heures dans le matin? In European countries, do you guys use 24-hour time, or do you use AM, PM? In French, you would say matin, or dans la nuit, ce soir. La nuit. I know that we generally don't use 24-hour time unless you're in the military. That is generally a thing that denotes that you've served a little bit. Or people who want to pretend that, or people who think that we should also use the metric system. I'm surprised like more air travel doesn't use it as like a standard, but so Ghost Place, are you say first time seeing it in a while, have you seen a bunch before? Are you generally looking out for Lego built stuff on the tubes? 1, 2, 3. I fall asleep early. I wake up. Oh, okay. It happens. I'm old. I wake up 2 in the morning and go to the bathroom. I get you. But then it's like, do I go back to sleep? Do I just stay up for a few hours and do something? And then there was this whole idea. In the, it was like Victorian era, late 1800s, where people would purposefully be awake in the small hours, 2, 3 a.m., and they would hang out. There would be like parties. And then they go back to bed until like 9 or 10. Or later. Wake up, do some work. Sometimes that sounds neat. Okay, a lot of greebling going on here. All right, what do we got? We've got I don't understand what piece that is. And then a roller skate. Especially it's night too early here. That's true. Yeah, I guess it depends on where you are in the world and what the clocks say when it gets dark. These greeblings are kind of hard to keep up with. Everything's a little gray. This is slow going right here. I love me some greebling, but every once in a while, like, oh. This is a 1. So I saw a thing today on Blue Sky. Now, there aren't any verified accounts on Blue Sky, I don't think. But there's an account called Masters of the Universe on there, and I assume it's either an account that was made by a person or it's like a Mattel dummy account or something. And it said, yeah, no big. You know, just because we're working with Lego we're working together with Lego. I was like, this has got to be a joke. There's no way. So, I know it's kind of rumory, but if anyone sees any news about Masters of the Universe, He-Man Lego, keep your eyes out. In Europe or the French language, we don't have PM amp, just trying to adapt the hours here. Yeah, so you would say, I mean, it's contextual, right? You say, when are we going to dinner? You don't say, you don't say, well, we're going at 8 o'clock. And people don't go, is that in the morning? It's like, you just asked when we're going to dinner. So I get that there's a lot of contextual stuff, but I always like to be curious about it. I haven't really gotten to that part of the lessons yet. I mean, we've done some time, but not like, you know, evening, morning, afternoon, overnight, midnight, kind of stuff. But and then what hour it is specifically. Right. I mean, yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's kind of what I thought. 1 in the morning. So you say, I'm at 10. 6. 6. That's cool. Now I know. Thank you for the information. This is some serious greebling. I don't know if you can kind of see what's going on here. This is a long strip of greebling. This whole bag has just been one strip of making something look fun. So I saw today 2 different videos. One was this dude, and I don't know who he is. I think he's got a YouTube channel, but I think it's a relatively large channel. I just didn't recognize him. Like, I've never seen any of his stuff before. How long does the Venator usually take to build? I have the slightest idea. This is my first time. Hello, Random Life. How are you? It's right here. Right where the windpipe starts. It just makes me want to start coughing every time I breathe. It's 48 bags. So if you're thinking a bag every half hour, so it'd probably take a full 24 hours to do if you just sat down to do it, across 2-hour streams twice a week, about 6 streams, so about 6 weeks for me. But if I just sat down and did it a couple hours a night, it'll probably take about, I wouldn't say 2 weeks, but probably about a good solid week, because I could do 3 or 4 hours at a time. It really depends if you're like really focused on it or if you're getting distracted by talking or something like that. So Johnny, how long did the Falcon take to do? Was that 10 hours? Johnny did a speed build at a convention. Somebody had a unopened UCS Falcon, and for entertainment purposes at the convention, he did a speed build of it. which I still think was very cool for them to kind of let you do that. There's 2 there. Okay. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be a lot of leftover parts here because these are all like 1 by something. Tiles, pips, plates, ingots, slopes. 11 hours, 20 minutes. Nice. Well, I mean, and I'm sick right now, so there you go. Something about big builds and being sick. Okay, so this is this piece. This piece. Nope. Okay. Black. I'm like, there is no thing here. The Lord Garmadon volcano set took me like 2.5 hours. Never really got a bigger set to build. What is the Lord Garmadon set? I don't recognize that name. I apologize. Is it is a volcano set, so what sets have volcanoes in them? Was it Bionicle? Yep. Was it Minecraft? Yeah, Johnny and I think are at the point where we're not getting the smaller Lego sets anymore. We're getting like, you're going off brand. I'm just like cutting back. I'm just like, this will be my purchase for the year, probably. I lie. I'll probably get a couple smaller Star Wars sets and some botanicals. But I mean, I'm also doing a lot of bulk buying from the lug. No need to buy a whole lot anymore. So many boat bottoms. Yeah, I hope I don't get like sick. But this is starting to feel like chest cold. Sick. I just hope it's not like upper respiratory infection or something, because it's a long weekend coming up and I don't want to spend it just hanging out. Oh, did I? Excuse me. Well, I don't want to get Beth sick. I've got plenty of PTO. She does not. But sort of inevitable when you live with someone. That they're just going to get sick no matter what you do. I think these are supposed to poke out the bottom. Slightly. Yeah, norovirus is going around too. Trying to not get that, but I don't have a kid in daycare, so I feel a little better about that. It's a pretty cool greebling thing right there, a real long tube. Or fake venator with Timu. Oh yeah. I'm sure that it came with lights and all kinds of stuff. That's the one thing I'm not a huge fan of while we're on, oh, it's going to be on the other side. I think I missed a part along here somewhere. Because this should not be an extra piece, but I don't see where it would go. I'm gonna take one more quick look at this. This is all filled in, nothing here. That's filled in. Oh, there it is. All right, I'm gonna try to attach this while it's facing this way. So this is gonna be backwards for me. And there should be one of these pieces. Going in here. Where does it go? Right here. You know it's a serious set when you got to stand up. Extra pieces. Extra pieces. It's very likely that Temu or AliExpress had a knockoff version. That wouldn't surprise me at all. With lights. There we go. Goodness gracious. All right, so we got that one side. Now we are into bag 25, which is the same thing, just the other side. Yeah, you know, in terms of just building, I wouldn't be opposed to trying out some of the fun hole sets. Just to, you know, get the lights with them and stuff and see what it's like. Uh-oh, heater's on. I'm gonna get real warm up here. So what's everybody got planned for this weekend? Got any major plans for us here in the States? Monday is Martin Luther King Day. It's also inauguration. So that's going to be fun. Not everybody has the day off, but some do. MLK Day, I think, is a federal holiday. So a lot of people do have the day off. Beth doesn't. So I will be probably sorting. Also thinking of acts of service, since that's kind of the thing to do on MLK Day. If I feel better, And if it's not terribly cold out, there's always the option of going to our park and cleaning up trash. So I might do that. Take the dogs with me for a walk, take a trash bag, and just pick up stuff while we go. But I think it's supposed to be garbage weather next week. So we'll just have to play it by ear. You have Monday off, be sorting. Are you going to be selling whole sets, or are you going to be selling parts or mix? I was considering doing something similar, but I don't have a whole lot of stuff in boxes. So it would be a lot of selling parts or sets that have been sitting on a shelf. Usually what I do in that case is I'll dust the set off as best I can and just take it to a Bricks and Minifigs, see if I can get some credit for it. Yeah, cool. The indoor mocks. That'll be fun. I want somebody to make... There was a like an Art of Star Wars book back in the day that had some indoor artwork in it. And it had a giant... Oh man, I missed something somewhere. Let's go back up here. That. Okay, something got boondoggled somewhere. Why is that so far away? That's right. That's all right. That's all right. Okay. Okay. It's like 3 left there? Yeah. I don't understand why this is not working. That's right. Okay, that all tracks. Okay. Flip it over. That piece. That piece. Those two. That one. That one. Those two. Okay. Why is that so wrong suddenly? Oh, I see. Okay, I see what my problem is. Yes. Okay, so what I was saying before I got interrupted by my brain not working. There's an old Art of Star Wars that had some indoor art in it. And you can see in the trees the Ewoks in their village, but also there's these giant creatures. They look like the monsters from Where the Wild Things Are. It'd be neat to see those again somewhere. not necessarily saying with Lego, but something. I just remember being in awe of how cool it was to see those. Yes, it's very cool they're bringing back the TIE Avenger. I don't know if you caught it last night, Luffy. I don't think you were here. There wasn't too many people here last night. And I don't remember, honestly. I apologize. But I'm playing the TIE Fighter game. And we just had a mission where we have to escort a convoy of TIE Fighters back. Like there's a carrier and they're offloading TIE Avengers. They call them TIE Advanced, but in quotes they say Avengers. And you have to like escort them back to your Star Destroyer. And I'm like, yes. Yes, please. So I'm excited to be able to fly them again. At the very end, yeah. And I don't remember if we were still in that mission or not. I think we may have moved past that mission, but very, very excited to be able to fly an Avenger, TIE Avenger. They are fun. They're no gunboat, but they sure are cool. And we're not 100% that whatever it is in Andor is a TIE Avenger, but I mean, we all know it is. You guys can't see because of the chat. I'm trying to show off the build more, but at this angle, the camera doesn't pick up anything anyway. There. It's a little better. I was talking earlier about seeing a YouTube channel rating Star Wars games. A couple of them. One of them was going over, I think the channel is Bombastic. And they were going over, Rolling Stone now has a magazine section or section of their website dedicated to rating video games. So one of their lists was the top 25 best Star Wars games. And I honestly I don't think I could name 25 Star Wars games. They did. And I know these are some that I haven't played. But their list was interesting. They had some interesting choices. Not least of which was the fact that they didn't have the latest Battlefront 2 on there at all. The DICE EA Battlefront game, which is arguably... Now, I know I had a rocky launch, and it was beset with issues of like micro purchases or whatever. But I feel they sorted that relatively quickly, and then they dumped a bunch of extra content into it. And over time, it became the best multiplayer Star Wars game, hands down. It's the prettiest, it's the most fun, it's the most exciting. I think it has the most content. Now, there are others that are better RPGs. There are others that are better standalone sim type games. KOTOR was on there very high, obviously. But like some other games that I'd forgotten about, like all the oddly like the second Pod Racer game, but not the first one. It was just really weird. And then I still play it. Like if I can find a lobby with people in it, I'll play it. The problem is nobody's playing it anymore. You can occasionally still get like a co-op game, but it's pretty dead. So, but yeah, it was gorgeous. It was such a fun, pretty game. The only thing that I feel was lacking, the Starfighter section of it turns out done by a completely different developer. And was sort of tacked onto the game. That's why it never really got any more updates than what it did. But it was fun. I had a lot of fun playing Starfighter Assault, and you just can't play it anymore. There's like nobody in there. It just got a little stale after a while. They weren't like adding anything to it. It was basically a race to get a hero ship. But yeah, I would, every day after work, I would log off work, go turn on the PlayStation, and get a game of Battlefront going. Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor were ranked pretty high. But also oddly ranked pretty high was Outlaws, Star Wars Outlaws. I won't say that was a bad game, but I finished the main story and then did not go back to finish any of the side stuff. It was a fine game. They Rolling Stone group put it up there at like number 4 out of 25. And I'm like, no Battlefront. They had Battlefront 2, the original, like 2005, I think, or Battlefront 1. Force Unleashed was ranked higher than it probably should have been, given how much people weren't a fan of how much that story nerfed Vader, nerfed the Force. Not ranked in there at all, or ranked very low, was TIE Fighter. The only entrant onto the game list was TIE Fighter, not X-Wing, not X-Wing Advanced, but X-Wing TIE Fighter. Also, the Lego games got shorted. They put in they put in the Skywalker saga instead of Lego Star Wars, the first one, or Lego Star Wars, the complete saga, or whatever. And this list was just it felt all over the place. So, but then I was watching another channel, this guy, and I think I was talking about this earlier, was doing I'm gonna, S, A, B, C, D, E, F, whatever. Was going through all the Star Wars, every Star Wars game ever. He went back and played them and then ranked them. And he gave the whole TIE Fighter, X-Wing TIE Fighter Space Combat Sim a D. He's like, this is just a flight simulator. That's all it is. It's overly complicated. There's too many keys. D. And then he just kind of went past it. And I'm like, that game is responsible for every Space Combat Sim after that. So, but everybody's got an opinion. The first Battlefront 2. Oh yeah. The 2015 Battlefront was the reason I got excuse me. One of the 2 reasons I got a PlayStation 4 at the time. I got it was like a Battlefront 2015 bundle. You get the PlayStation and the game, so I got that. but I basically got it to play Horizon Zero Dawn, and I was like, man, I'm glad I did that. That turned into the best game I've ever played. But then, yeah, the Star Wars Battlefront was just, it was so pretty. And there's parts of that game I wish they would have brought back a little more. Some of the play modes, some of the locations, the one where you've got the thing floating on the container, extraction. The extraction mode was such a fun mode, and the fact that it got so little play in Battlefront 2 was really sad. I really enjoyed that mode. I also really enjoyed the location of Sullust. It was nice seeing Bespin. It's just a shame that they couldn't like just keep building off the game and just adding more locations and adding new things. And Sullust was so cool. The Walker Assault on Sullust was a lot of fun. Walker Assault in general, where you would have to radio in and then wait for the timer to hit, and then the Y-Wings would come down and bomb it, and then while they were after they'd bombed it, that's when like the Walker would be shorted out a little bit, and then you could shoot at it. Oh my god. Didn't quite make sense on Bespin, but on Sullust it was. And their Hoth map was okay. I liked the I didn't much like the Hoth map for I think it was Jakku, honestly. But the Hoth map for it was the one where you have to like fight to gain ground on each other. That one wasn't great. They were fine. The AT-AT one I wasn't a fan of. It just seemed like there was way too many places to get wrecked. But I still, had a ton of fun playing it. Almost want to install it again and see if there's anybody playing it. I doubt it. At this point, it's almost 10 years old. It is 10 years old. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I don't remember Rogue Squadron. I remember playing all the Shadows of the Empire games with Dash Rendar and all that. Those were good for their time. All those were good for their time, Okay, please be done with the greebling. I love greebling, but man, I'm over this so much. Yeah, there were some good Star Wars games out there, and then there were some stinkers. A bunch of them in the list I'd never played. I didn't realize there was a sequel to the pod racing game. OnlyFans Sullust. Y'all want to check out Nian Nub's OnlyFans page? Did I forget to put all these on down here? I must have. I don't recall this step at all. Zissou, what's up? Good to see you again. Welcome in. We're plodding slowly but surely through the land of Greebles. And I am losing my voice and coming down with what I believe is a chest cold. I had a nice 3-day weekend too, so that's fun. Always does that. Right as you know, a nice long weekend, but now I guess I have a nice long weekend to relax. And that goes yon. Oh my goodness. Forgot about that piece too. And I'm missing that one again. Yeah. I might do that tomorrow. Go to Sonic and get a Blizzard or something. Pops that out right away, and I'm assuming they want me to go through there. I feel bad because I took last Friday off because I went to the hospital, and now I'm not feeling good. I kind of want to go to the doctor to make sure I don't have the flu or something, but I don't want to be like, hey, I'm calling in again. But I also don't want to go into the office. Tomorrow's our in-office day, and I don't want to go in if I'm going to be making people sick. So I think I'll wait to see in the morning how that works out. And if I'm still feeling like this tomorrow, I am not going to go. I feel like I missed something. Nope. That. Okay. This goes, oh wait, this goes over here. This is okay to have as an extra piece, that's fine. Okay, this will be a little easier because it's on this side and I can see it. That went in super easy. Now that went in easier than the first time already. Just finished season 2 of The Boys. Oh man, that is a The Boys is a heavy show. I think I may need more room than this, but I can figure it out. This is a big triangle. Building a big triangle. It's looking like a ship. It's looking like a big gray triangle. Star Wars should add a character, either Master Greeble or... Oh, they do. They have one. In the... Look up Rebuild the Galaxy. The whole reason the Dark Falcon exists is because Lego did a thing called Rebuild the Galaxy. And there's a character in it named something Greeble. I'm gonna look it up. Why is design over there? Okay. I need to fix that. I don't want design to be on that side. Star Wars Lego Rebuild the Galaxy characters. Yeah, so the whole reason the Dark Falcon was made is because in the show, there's this kid and his brother, and they live on a backwater somewhere, and the kid is really into the lore of Star Wars. He knows a lot about the Jedi. He knows a lot about all the things, and he has a fantastical brain, and he goes on this little adventure with his brother and a friend of theirs, and they find something called the cornerstone or the keystone brick or something, and he pulls it out of this wall, and it's kind of like a Jedi temple thing, and it basically scrambles the galaxy. And when it all comes back together, it's all kind of in a jumble. So there's like Ewok mercenaries. There's the Dark Falcon with Darth Jar Jar on it. Rey is a Sith Lord. Vader is all white, and he's Jedi Anakin. There's all kinds of weird stuff in it. Trying to see if there's like more. Yeah. And of course, this isn't my type characters. Droids. Doesn't have a whole lot. That's weird. The toys have it. Yeah, they have some uglies in there. They have tie wings. It doesn't have a whole lot. Dark Falcon. I think it's in the Dark Falcon set. Yes, I heard about David Lynch. That's sad. So the characters are... There's a Sith Rey, Darth Jar Jar. This is one of the shows in the character. There's an evil C-3PO. There's an Anakin, and then there's like Pod Racer Luke. There's got to be like a main character in the show kind of thing. Yeah, so Gaten Mazzarano from Stranger Things, his name is Sig Griebling. And his brother is Dev Griebling, and he goes by Darth Devastator. Then there's Jedi Bob. They bring back Jedi Bob. Yessi Scala. So Scala is an old Lego line. I don't know what Yessi is. I think that's made up. But yeah, there's a... all this weird stuff in there. Darth Kit Fisto. It's crazy. It's really weird. So yeah, I know people give the Dark Falcon a lot of guff, but the idea of it comes from a pretty fun show. And the show itself was fine. There wasn't anything, major about it, but it was fun to kind of watch and kind of get all the wink and nods that they gave all the Lego fans. So that was fun. Yes, the tie wings. They're supposed to be uglies. There's tie wings. There's they're X wings with or Y wings with Ewok hang glider wings on them, and those are the mercenary ships that the Ewoks have. It's trippy. There are a lot of fun kind of like, hey, that's that thing in it. And I think it's like 4 episodes, and it might be on Lego's YouTube channel. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Warwick Davis is in there too as Wicket. But yeah, so that's where that's from. I don't know why we got on there. Oh, Lord Greeble. Yeah. Sig Greeble. Hardcore nod to the both the Star Wars fans and kind of like, or Lego fans, and a little bit towards Star Wars shipbuilder fans, because greebling is not a Lego word. It comes from the shipbuilding of the time period where they were kit bashing stuff together to make it, to make a bunch of spaceships, and they needed to make them look interesting, so they just stuck a bunch of crap on it. I don't know, like the origin of the term, like if it was named after somebody or something like that, but tell you what, I'm not going long tonight. When we hit 10 o'clock, that's gonna be it. I don't care if there's pieces on the table. I don't think I can do a time lapse of this anymore. It just kind of fell by the wayside when my camera didn't want to do the thing. I might try to pull down the videos off YouTube and edit them, but so if I go back and kind of redo some of this later. Nope, that's not right. Yeah, I saw David Lynch died. Something else kind of big happened. I don't remember what it was. I can't remember if it's Lego, Star Wars, movie, something related. The trailer for the Disney Plus Daredevil dropped. That looks fun. I didn't watch the one on Netflix, so I feel kind of bad, but I heard it was good. I did watch Jessica Jones, though. That was good while it was on. Yeah, I think, we just sorted that. It did look good. I kind of like street level mayhem, Is that it? This is a little wobbly. I'm not really liking this too much. Big Black. So I remember watching maybe the first I want to say maybe the whole first season. But then we were also watching Jessica Jones. We didn't watch, I think I watched a few episodes of Luke Cage. And I just heard Iron Fist was terrible, not even bother. So we didn't even bother with that. But I think like something else came up at the time, which is usually the case, where it's like we were trying to watch something and something overlapped with something else. This is the only thing holding that on there. I hope we get more pieces on that. But I heard it was, for all intents and purposes, what I saw was good, and I heard it ended pretty well, so. But I think John Barenthal is going to be in this too, so they're bringing back Punisher as well. Whew. This definitely has to be done on a flat surface, because this is not held together real sturdily. Jose Lopez, how are you? Yes, I'm enjoying building it. I will be building it for the rest of my life. because there are 40, what did I say, 48 bags. That's going to be a bit. So everybody strap in. If you'd rather not watch this, then occasionally I'll also be playing Star Wars TIE Fighter. And apologies for my voice going out. Gonna make it through this stream and then I'm gonna go to bed. So I hope you all have a good upcoming weekend for those who get the time off. For those that don't get the time off, thank you for your service. I will be, I'm sure, going to a retail or fast food or grocer during that time period. And I applaud the people who work those days. I usually try to say so when I'm there. Also, I adulted very hard today. I adulted and then I retiree adulted today. We were paying a whole lot for car insurance. So I used my my AARP benefit and got some lower car insurance. And I was like, oh my God. And of course, right after I create the account, I have login problems. And I'm like, as a tech support person myself, I shouldn't be doing, like, I tested everything out. I cleared caches. I rebooted. I did all this stuff and it still wasn't working. So they're like, you want us to reset your PIN number and you can try again? I'm like, I guess so. But I felt like such a let me tell you, I'm 51 years old, and I remember when the internet wasn't even around. But yeah, I got old people car insurance today. I just finished the Vespa set. Oh, the Vespa. So I went through a stage where my favorite sets, and I've since sold these sets off, were all those car sets. The Vespa was one of my favorites. The Vespa and the classic truck, that dark red Ford, whatever it was, with all the Christmas decorations in it, which is hilarious because my son and I would joke with each other because there was a meme going around where everyone's like, "Well, I'll be there. It's a little red truck hauling a Christmas tree, right?" But it was always, "Well, I'll be dipped in shit." As a, you know, sorry for the French. Pardon my French. I'm also trying to institute when somebody swears and then they say, "Pardon my French," you say, "It's okay, I speak French." I don't remember where I saw that, but I thought it was hilarious. But yeah, the car stuff was a lot of fun. It looked good. It was a good display. They were good display pieces, but also they were good building techniques. Like what am I trying to think of specifically? The truck had some really good, the VW, the second VW bus, the blue one, had some of the coolest building techniques. And I just really, like, every time I would make a fender or something and it just kind of, you know, it was all snot brick and it was just this curve shape and you just kind of tack it onto the side. You're like, oh, that's so sexy. That's so lovely. Makes my heart feel good. But yeah, so those are good. The botanicals are also very good. I have them all over the house. It's one of the few things, that's one of the few things. I have Lego all over this place. I say it's one of the few things Beth lets me put up, but A, she doesn't decorate. She doesn't care. Decorating is not what she's into. And I have other Lego also all over the house. So it's not just the flowers. Yeah, so I mean, I didn't either. Like, I wasn't a big car person. I'm not a car person, right? But I loved building these. So I had like the Mustang, the Porsche, the red truck, the Vespa, the Aston Martin, the British, the double decker, the Mini Cooper, the VW and both VW buses. I think that's it. And then en masse, I sold them. I got rid of all of them. I think I sold some to Cliff. Hello, Missy. How are you? Thanks for being here. Hope you're doing well. I'm trying not to get sick before our meeting on Sunday, but I don't feel well at all. So we'll see what happens. I may have to have somebody proxy me, bring some of, I've done this before where I have somebody bring sets to reward people at our lug. So Missy's in Austin, and I can ask her if she's heard or if she herself feels bad lately. Okay, we're just abandoning this whole thing right now. Right on. Allergies generally are a bad thing in Austin, home of the cedar fever. So I kind of have to ask around if anybody else is feeling like hot pressed garbage or not, and if it's something I need to worry about and go to the doctor, or just suck it up, take some Benadryl and get a nap. Rub some dirt on it, as it were. Take some deep knee bends. I like that phrase. I don't know why that's funny, but I love it when I hear somebody say that. Hey man, relax. Take some deep knee bends. Like, what? I love all these dark red wedge plates. Makes me happy. I love the angle of the wedge plates that's making the striping for the ship. Absolutely love it. Now I'm saving some money for the Rivendell. Oh, that's another good set. I'm okay allergy-wise. Had it bad a few weeks ago. Okay. That's a good one, Jose. I hope you get it. It's fun. I've got it set up over here. It was a lot of fun to build. There's going to be a time when you want to walk into traffic when you're doing the tiling on the roof. That it becomes a bit extreme, but it's pretty good. Favorite European car? I honestly don't know that I have one. Let's say, I mean, Aston Martin is a layup of a choice because it's a Bond car, but there was a early computer generated image animation of a Citroen turning into like jazz, like Transformers. So I'm going to say Citroen because whoever did that knows their stuff. But I realize like that's like saying Volkswagen. It's like, it's just a whatever. Barrador is also great. Johnny has that one. You can go back on video on demand, some of his building of that. I'm just making pancakes over here with my pressing of the plates. So far it's all coming together okay, but there's been occasion in this build where some seams haven't been covered properly and it gets a little wobbly and it's a little scary. But so far they've covered up pretty well. What is your favorite European car, Luffy? Yeah, I don't know that I have one, honestly. I mean, I guess technically Ferraris are European, Lamborghinis are European. Spider, is Spider European? Audis, VWs, BMWs. Chryslers are now Daimler Chrysler. So I guess it just is a matter of what you know. Oh, this is super satisfying, this wing right here, or this section of the ship. All right, I gotta go back up here. I just remembered that there is a hockey game on tonight. I almost don't want to check the score because I might want to watch the highlights and be surprised by who wins. It's the Avs and the Oilers, so I mean, it kind of could go either way. I don't think the Oilers are doing that great, but they've got what's the dude's name? It's Draisaitl and it's not McConnor, it's I forget the other dude's name. I can't decide between Mercedes, Benz, or BMW. Okay, fair enough. Mercedes is good. What's that dude's name? Anyway, but I also think they're having their own problems, and the Avs are just, they're so banged up. They're so, like, got so many injuries. And they keep getting these injuries, and it keeps, like, hurting them. And they've got one guy who just, like, he was out for player support program, and then he came back, and then he was hurt again, and now it's... We just got the goalie thing figured out. Now we got a bunch of hurt players. It's frustrating. McDavid, that's who it is. Draisaitl and McDavid. So, but we've got Cale Makar and Nate McKinnon. So there. If you're not a hockey fan, this is all really riveting stuff. Yeah, Audi is European. All right. That's looking big and venator-like. The big stripe on the side, that's super nice. All right, now I got to pay close attention to what the pieces are that go in here. So we got one. Oh, a new episode of Silo is out too. Ooh. Yeah, German engineering, man. Howdy. So yeah, new episode of Silo. Very, very good. I'm enjoying it a lot. If you haven't read the books are also very entertaining. I would suggest getting them from your local library or buying a copy, supporting the author. And one of these guys. I can't tell where it wants me to put that. In the tube? Yes, in the tube there. So I did that. Oh, I need a 1x4 somewhere. Oh, there we go. Thank you for pointing that out. I would have missed it. Got that one. Got that one. Okay. Flip it back over. Did Fresca pay the boys for their sponsorship? Hilarious. Yeah. Sometimes they do. They'll get in early and they'll be like, hey, we want to be the only pop or the only copy paper or the only whatever. in your show. I mean, there's a character in the West Wing that really liked Fresca as well. And if you can name that character, we can be best friends. 5 years ago, a friend who is a psychologist gave a Star Wars Lego set deal with my anxiety, stress, and lack of patience. Since then, I have become a Lego addict and work with anxiety and stress. Nice. So you use your Lego as an outlet for your coping, right? That's one of your tools. My wife is a therapist, and she's a licensed masters in social work. She's going for her license in clinical social work, and the moment she's working at a facility where she's a private practice now. And she has a lot of kids as clients, and they only open up when you're doing, like, if you just sit there and try to talk to them, they won't talk to you. But if you walk in with a giant bag of Lego and start building with them, they'll tell you about anything. So every month or so, Beth will say, "Hey, hon, can we go to Bricks and Minifigs?" And I'll be like, "Yes, we can." And she'll go get a giant bag of Lego, and usually just simple 2x4 bricks and some plates, and then some like 16x16 plates so people can build on them. And it's been a world of difference. The problem is that's pretty expensive. Like a big bag like that's is like $80 or something. So I'm like, your company needs to start paying for that, because it's a good idea, but see if they'll reimburse you, because that's not cheap. But it works. So it's a definite tool for everybody. It has mindfulness capabilities, or capabilities. It has it relaxes. It lets you focus on other things other than whatever may be ailing you at the moment. It's communal. You can work with people while doing it. And it has a reward at the end. You've built something. You can feel some sense of pride about that. So it's all very cool. So tell your friend that they're doing good work. I need to put 2 of these guys on there. Is this also in the tubes? This is also offset. So there's been a lot of building that's offset in the tubes and not in between the tubes. You can see that. See how that's not inside normal stacking? Quite a bit of that in this set. I like it. So, I think I'm going to call this one after I get done with these pieces. I know it's not quite 10 o'clock, but again, I don't feel 100%. I'm probably going to go make an appointment online with my doctor tomorrow, just to make sure I can get tested for respiratory infections and things like that. But I am slowly fading. And while I appreciate everybody being here, I hope you do come back. Sunday, I should be here. Honestly, Friday, I might. Well, that's tomorrow. And then Saturday, I've got TIFO stuff most of the day, but maybe that evening. So sometime this weekend, I might try to do another stream with the TIE Fighter. Playing TIE Fighter. We'll have to see. Yeah, thanks everybody for coming by. Again, we're in the, and they put these dots in here. So there's these dots they put in the 1x1 rounds in those tubes initially, so you can see where. I think the whole reason to put them in there is so that you can see, well, that's offset. Build it next to that thing. Sort of a visual marker. I didn't see this piece going here initially. That goes there. Seeing that come into the party late. All right, so yeah. If nothing else, I'll be back on Sunday doing more of this. So bring your coffee, bring your Danishes, bring your breakfast tacos. And is this gonna have me attach it? Please say it attaches. Yes. I can at least get one panel on here. So we've got, how's this go on? Oh, don't push it all the way in. Like a so, and like so. Little rubber gaskets, which means this is going to be a squirrely bit of putting this on here. It goes on the other side. Does it? I don't think so. All right, well, let's look at this for a second. It says to flip it around, so I'm going to flip this around. What's up, Greg? Just got done watching Tenet, huh? Did you watch it backwards or forwards? Oh, one of these got knocked off. All right, it says it's like this. So we're going to see how this goes. It says it goes on under here. But I don't think that's... Oh, you know what? Yeah. That's weird. That means the angle underneath here is the... I thought this opening was going to be more like the edge of the ship, but it's actually going to be like for the stand here. Like this notch is for the stand. Interesting. And then these gaskets here are actually going to twist. They're going to go in like that. Weird. Yeah, I've seen Tenet and I kind of hated myself after watching it because it's so funky. All right, this is telling me to do something. So this goes in here. And those go. Got it, got it. Okay. So this goes in here. And then this one goes next to that one. That's interesting. So, yeah, they're purposely putting these rubber gaskets in here so it can turn a little bit, right? So it's like this, but you twist it and push the pin in there to hold it in place. That's pretty good. That's pretty stable. All right, y'all. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you coming by. I know I'm cutting it a little early, but again, I just feel like garbage. So I'm going to try to rest up and maybe come back and play some video games over the weekend, play some more TIE Fighter if you guys are interested in seeing some of that. Thank you, Zissou. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Jose, for coming by. Thank you, Luffy, for being here at 3 in the morning. Thank you, Johnny, as always, and Missy for being here. I appreciate you guys as always. And you guys have a good weekend. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.